One thing.
Two cases. And
Is he pleading to two or one?
He's pleading to two, and it's going to be a split sentence. It's going to be pen time on one, probation on the other.
Wasn't going to be easy today, was it?
No, sir. I was just following your example from years back.
My example.
Yeah. You used to split sentences all the time. Oh, well. I'll go get on the phone too.
Two cases are called 23 CR 1745 and 1746. The state of Texas versus Tristan Kelly Dunham. Is that you, Mr. Dunham?
Yes, sir.
Present with, is Mr. Roebuck going to be the
Yeah.
lead with Mr. Roebuck as your attorney in this hearing? Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment in each case here? Can we proceed with summary? In summary, in 1745, this alleges that, well, they both, let's take them together. 23 CR 1745 and 1746 are individual indictments alleging second-degree felonies of manslaughter in 1745 involving vehicular manslaughter, and in 23 CR 1746, a second-degree felony of accident involving death. Oh, one fatality?
Yes, sir.
Two cases out of this one event, right?
Correct.
All right. Both of these, sir, indictments allege that this occurred on or about August 12th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas. And in 1745, the manslaughter, it is alleged that you recklessly caused the death of Christian Michael Sykes by operating a motor vehicle on a public road in excess of 100 miles per hour and failing to maintain control of the vehicle, which struck the rear of another motor vehicle occupied by the victim in this case, causing that vehicle to flip and leave the roadway, which resulted in the victim being ejected from that motor vehicle. Do you understand what you're charged with in the second-degree felony of manslaughter in 1745?
Yes, sir.
And in 1746, this alleges that that you intentionally or knowingly drove a vehicle that became involved in an accident resulting in the death of the victim. And knowing that that accident occurred, you intentionally or knowingly left the scene of that accident without giving your name, address, registration number, etc., and without rendering reasonable assistance to the victim when it was apparent that he was in need of medical treatment, and that is in violation of the other offense called accident involving death. Each of these are second-degree felonies, which mean if convicted, you face no less than no more than 20 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand the punishment range that was applicable in these cases?
Yes, sir.
Agreements have been reached where you would be pleading guilty. Is it the same agreement in each case?
No, Your Honor.
In 1745, an agreement has been reached. You would be pleading guilty, placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length. And there will be terms and conditions of probation, which
Judge, there's an agreement under the new law. You can order child support. They're agreeing to waive the ex post facto part of it, waive the right to not rely on that law, but we've agreed that he's going to pay child support till the child reaches
How much?
18. That's going to be determined by the time we do sentencing. We're asking for a pre-sentence report because we're going to use the family code to determine it.
was he the sole provider of the deceased was the sole provider of the child?
No, sir. That's why he's got, there's a mother and we just got
deceased leave a mother to the child?
Yes.
A wife?
Yes.
Okay. Is she here by any chance? You are that, is she,
Yeah,
ma'am?
family's here. They're present, and this has been all discussed with the family before we made this decision.
This is agreeable with y'all? Okay.
The agreement we discussed prior to.
On this, in this case, he was going to be pleading guilty. He would not be found guilty, placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length. He'll be fined $500. There would be terms and conditions of probation that this court can assess. And one of these is that the agreement that he is going to be ordered to pay child support in an amount to be determined by the court after the pre-sentence report is prepared. We're going to enter the plea, come back later and make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and that everyone understands and is on board with the plan. Because this is changeable if necessary. And JCDI, okay, you have a substance abuse issue? No? Okay.
No,
All right.
that was a request of the family.
Okay. Well,
Yes, sir. I want to make sure.
so is this your understanding of the agreement on this case, 1745?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, sir, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead in this case, charging you with the second-degree felony of manslaughter, guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily, that is on your own free will and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
We're going to go to 1746. And again, does the defendant waive a formal reading of this indictment? Can we proceed in summary?
He does.
I think we discussed it, that you are alleged to have committed the second-degree felony of accident involving death. And in this case, you were facing a similar punishment range as the other, although third-degree felony is checked here. Can
Should
you
be
explain
second
that?
because of death. Should be second degree.
Okay, everybody right on that?
Yes, sir.
Because that's the way it's indicted.
Yes, sir.
The grand jury
Yes, sir.
indicted it as second-degree felony.
Yes, sir. It is second.
Okay, you're facing a second-degree felony here, which means you face a term of not more than 20 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached. You would be pleading guilty in this case and sentenced to 3 years in prison. That would not be suspended. That would be flat prison time.
Yes, sir.
Is that your understanding of the agreement, which would run concurrently with the preceding case?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge of a second-degree felony of accident involving death, guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily, that is on your own free will and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you in each case what has been marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign those documents? Understand them, discuss them with your attorney? Are the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence
Okay.
without objection. It is admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent in each of these cases to enter your guilty pleas. They are freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictments have been read to you. You've read them. You are guilty of the crimes charged in any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. Totally satisfied by the representation by your lawyers. All of this is true. It states, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. We're going to have a pre-sentence report.
Yes, sir.
we're going to hold this in suspense. Order of pre-sentence report will return back on
January 5th.
January 5th. Good for everybody?
Yes, sir.
If not, let me know when you know something differently. Each side
I'll check with
will have an
Pam and make sure.
opportunity to add information. And at that time, then we will allow family under the law to make any statements that they feel like they wish to make. But I urge, let's not make a decision until after the pre-sentence report is read. And then the state will get with the family and go over it so that y'all know where everything stands on the facts. But we want to make sure that it is accurate. The record is accurate as possible. And as well for the defense, the defendant has his constitutional rights and he has his opportunity to discuss this with his defense so that they can represent him fully and appropriately. Anything else to add at this time? If not, we are in recess on this case until January 5. Thank you. Please get a resetting.
Concerns. Every time I've gone to the jail, this woman that they report to me.
Are you Crystal Vaughn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand Mr. Smith is your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also understand there's a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation that's pending? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
No, sir.
You were on, you
No.
don't remember being placed on probation?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, then back in July, the state filed this motion. Have you had a chance to review it?
No, sir, I have not.
As I went out for the first time, I went over with her this morning.
This morning?
In the room.
Oh, you don't remember doing that,
I wasn't in the jury room, sir, going over this.
ma'am?
I wasn't in the jury room going
Where
over
were you?
this. I was at the other unit, at the stalls unit, KA dorm.
You understand, but you understand there's a motion to revoke probation that's been filed against.
No, sir.
You said you went over it.
No, sir, I did not go over it because I was not told that a logger was at, I guess, where were you? At
All
the main part?
All right.
I was in
Let me
KA
help you.
dorm. I did not realize it.
That's
Let me-
what
I was there to
that's the fail right there.
I understand, but
It's not
look,
fair.
Dr. Rapon has analyzed her and deems her to be competent. And
The problem that I have with Dr. Pond's report is that he had previously examined her a year ago and reported that at that time she had been previously diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. And she had also been diagnosed with personality disorder when he did his examination on November the 4th. With my client, she reported that she had no prior problems with any kind of mental health problems, which directly contradicts Dr. Papon's report. I have been out.
That's not, no, that doesn't contradict. It says, his report says she states.
I get,
And then
she
you know
thinks
that, well, that's not what he concluded. I mean, but he concluded that she was deemed competent. So that's what's accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we're going to have a hearing, then I'm going to want to subpoena some officers from the jail.
okay, when can you do that?
Well, I'm fixed to have surgery, and as we well knows.
I don't really know much about, I know people, I had appendicitis once.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm having 12 inches of my colon.
How long is that going to take?
Well, I'm in pre-op all this week. The surgery is Monday.
And then what's?
They say I'll be out at least 3 weeks then.
We may purchase some more guys.
We, Crystal, well,
Yes, sir.
we might not be able to get to this for about a month. Is that okay with you? Or do you want to move this quicker?
And where would I stay in the meantime?
You're gonna head to
KA
the
dorm.
jail.
Huh?
In the jail.
At KA dorm, the where
Yeah,
previously.
so, yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's fine, sir. I would like to say
Okay.
though in my defense that I did report this to Mr. Anton at Bridge City,
Report.
Police Department, where my car was vandalized and I was unable to report to parole. So I reported vandalism of my vehicle to Mr.
Okay.
Anton.
It's not parole, it was the probation officer.
Well, the probation officer, sir, but I was unable to make it. I couldn't walk from Bridge City to Beaumont or wherever it was, since I've never been in trouble before. But I did report it. I also reported a break into my house at the same time, where the keys were stolen from my Audi at the same time. It was reported I was reported to Mr. Anton. He actually wrote it in a little notebook, refused to do a report. However, after that, the people at the water department, you could actually call them as a witness. They knew. I actually approached them first about it. So they were witnesses, sir.
Judge, I just want you to know that the accusation,
Time she reported. When was she?
she's never reported is reason what I was trying to bring to your attention, Judge.
All right,
Probation in
everybody's
May.
talking at once.
What's about
She
this?
placed probation in May.
And you don't,
Reported.
hold on. I had two people and now you piped in as a third.
Well, that's.
This is a chorus. It's not a chorus, it's, solos. All right,
Yes.
first of all, Bruce.
She was placed on probation in May this year.
Okay.
The allegation is that she never reported to the
When was
probation
she put
department.
in jail? When was she placed in jail? Does anybody know? Jeannie, do you know when she was?
She was released from custody on May 28th,
and-
2025. And she was placed on probation, obviously the same day, but.
No, when did she end up going back to jail?
When on the warrant,
This is fifth, I believe.
Mr. Renard made contact with her, in Jefferson County Jail on August the 15th of
Do
2025.
you remember when you were arrested by any chance? Do you remember the day you were arrested on this?
I believe she was arrested,
After you were put on probation?
Your Honor, she was arrested August 12th.
Okay, hold on. So August 11th is what we're showing on the records. So she appears here on May 28th. She's placed on probation on May 28th. Then we've got June 28th, July 28th, 2 months and a couple of weeks.
Yeah, there.
Okay. And she was to appear how often?
Your Honor, she was to appear at the probation office immediately upon her release or the following business day.
The next day. And, okay, so according to this, the findings here on this administrative hearing, the defendant was released from jail on May 28th at 7:05 PM, failed to report to the probation office the next day as required. That would have been May 29th and has not made any contact with the office. So that's what prompted this is, we go a little over 2 months and no reporting. I mean, when you're on probation, the first thing you have to do is report and you just can't do it on your own,
My car broke down. An officer gave me a ride. From there, I reported.
No, wait, you called? Who did you call with the
I tried to
probation?
call.
No, who did you
I
contact?
don't remember. It was on the paper. I don't have.
Do y'all have any,
No. I called.
I'm talking about,
No one answered. No
Yeah,
one answered. So I called and I went over to
what
the,
time were you
the
calling
water
during the
department.
business day?
No, it was later in the
At night, at
evening.
midnight?
Yeah, and then I called in
You
the
called at
morning and then I
midnight?
went over to the water department because I was.
How about during the
panicked and
day? Did you call during the business day?
Yes,
When,
I think it was.
let me just tell you, I've never had a problem in
7:48.
20 years. I contact them, somebody always answers during the business day.
Okay.
So. Well,
It could have been a reroute on the phone. I don't know.
you think so?
Well, landline.
Yes, well, generally that doesn't happen, and we've got to kind of figure out what's reasonable, with this,
Well,
but in
reach the
probation,
officer.
you have an obligation that you can, instead of going to prison, we gave you a chance to work through this during probation. And the foremost responsibility you have is to report. You have to do that. Everybody has to do that. If you don't, you're not on probation. It's just the way it is. Simple. So you have an obligation, like all the probation officers have, you've got to figure it out. And the phones were, come on, we have to see you in person, and that's vital and necessary. But here you're flirting with 10 years in prison. Why would you do that?
For parole violation? Or-
Evading arrest, or just you're on my probation for evading arrest, or do you not remember
Yeah.
it? Good,
Evading
good.
arrest, but
We
also
went over
figured-
this. We went over this so
Yeah.
delicately and deliberately. You know, you're looking at 10 years in prison if you fail on this.
Okay.
One failure is something you could be revoked for. We hadn't seen you in months. You're supposed to be appearing regularly or you're not on probation. That's the first thing. You got to show up. I don't know how you feel like you can't otherwise do that.
A vandalism to the call recording.
You got to call. We have every business day, they answer the phone. Come on. I've never had a problem in 20 years. You're not going to be any different. The very first thing here, you've got obligations and you've got 35 conditions here. But the most important is to regularly report so that they're supervising you. If you can't do that, then you can't be supervised, which means thus you can't be on probation. And then there's only one other option, and it's up to 10 years in prison. Have you ever been to prison before?
No, sir.
Good, you don't want to be. You don't want to go. You don't want to.
No, I'd like to see my grandchildren. I really.
Well, they come in, they come in handy as wonderful parts of life. But this is responsibility that you have that can get in the way of all of that. And I mean, if you do it here, you would be parolable until 2.5 years were served. That's a long time not to see the kids. Anyway, what's everybody want to do right now? I know we got
My argument is that and I truly believe, with talking to everybody that I have talked to her this morning in there, I truly believe that my client has been ill. And this is,
Dr. Grapan decides otherwise, sorry. She can say whatever she wants out of her mouth until you can be the psychiatrist. All you can do is respond to what she's telling you, and the doctor knows better. And we're just going to, you've been doing this longer than I have, Bruce, and you know sometimes they're not forthright with you. Often your clients aren't. That's the way they were with me. Yeah, we all have, it's the way things are. The question is until Dr. Grapan deems otherwise, she is presumed competent.
you asked the question, what should we do? My answer is,
What do you want?
in my opinion, her failure to report is totally due to her mental problems. That I feel that she needs to be reinstated on probation in a mental health type of, so that she can receive the kind of help that she needs, because she is going to have that constant.
What's probation office?
Your Honor.
What did y'all think about that?
All I can base my, any statement on is what Mr. Menard had stated, when he made contact with her August 15th of 25 at the jail. And he also noted, a mental health, concern.
Well, what should we do?
Other than that, we have no information on her because of the fact she had failed to report. We don't know where she resides. Sounds like she resides in Orange County. We can submit.
Is that where you live?
Orange County.
Is that where you live now?
I live in, yes, I live in the historic district in Orange,
Okay.
in the city of Orange.
All right. Because if I release you on this probation,
Yes,
you've got to follow. You know, we're making a big deal about this. This is important. The foremost thing you have to do is report. Foremost, it all flows from there. Failure is not an option for you.
you go to prison. Do you understand? That's
Yes.
where you would head up to 10 years. And the court, it's, you have to report. If you don't report, you're not in the game. And you got to be in the game. So that's the very first thing you have to do is report as directed by the probation office. We're going to also, when you get, you're going to be released. I'm going to release you. And the first thing you do is you go to the probation office if it's during the work day. Do you understand that? It is the first work day you're able to report when you are released. You go to them. If you don't, I will order a warrant and I'll say, we talked about this and shame on you. You know what you have to do. You follow their directions as well. Do you understand? You have to
Yes.
speak out. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So that there's not any confusion.
Okay, I don't have a vehicle as of this time. It's still messed up. It's in the front of
Where do you live? In Orange, you said?
Yes, I live in Orange.
Okay, how do you
So
live?
it's in Bruce City. I stay in Bruce City some. It's across
Okay,
the street from the water
but
department.
does somebody have a vehicle that that helps you move from one place to another? Do you have children or anything?
Yes, sir, but
But
out
I
of
was saying,
state, I was going packing my bags to go out
Ma'am,
of
but
state.
is not an option. You've got to report. How are you going to do that?
I don't know without a vehicle, sir. That's what I
You will
was
see
trying
a
to
lot
get
of people
fixed.
who don't have vehicles, they still are obligated to report. Yes, Jeannie?
Your Honor, and what, the defendant is speaking of is one Orange, if we tried to submit her case for courtesy supervision to Orange County does not offer a mental health caseload. However, they do have spinal tap services, available in Orange County. But if her, inability to even advise the court of where she resides, she can't reside in Bridge City and Orange. She has to reside in one location. Orange County will not accept that without one location being reside. And now she's just
What
speaking
about
of going out of state. We don't just go out of state.
No, that was prior to. Prior to.
That's not what she just said, Your Honor.
I don't know.
I caught the same thing, Judge.
I know.
It's in,
The more you speak, the closer you get to prison. I've got to be able to trust you to release you. Can I? I'm asking you, can I trust you?
Yes,
To
sir.
follow the, all right. You're gonna
Okay.
have,
Yes, sir, but I don't have a
You're gonna-
vehicle, so from
right.
where I'm just being honest. So if you release me, do you release me from here? I don't know. I've never been in trouble before, so I don't know. So it's not being confrontational. I just,
yeah. We're trying to work with you here and you're kind of pushing back. You either are able to report or not. If you can't report, that's a problem. You have to be able to report, but you're on probation. You got to figure it out. Everybody does. We have 5,000 probationers.
the practice stuff, yes.
the question I've got is what happened with that Orange County? If she's under their supervision from that offense, it might assist us in resolving.
Bruce, on your, well, what did you figure?
He's not here.
What'd you figure out on that other case that was pending in Orange County? Do you know what happened on that?
My knowledge.
You're charged with evading arrest or detention with a vehicle out of Orange County. Do you know what happened on that case?
Detention of a vehicle.
Yes, I just spoke.
I'm not aware of Orange County having.
Evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle.
Charged before and I was released and it was to probation. And failure to appear, I guess, for probation is a charge, correct?
No, I think he was phone call and find out for that.
I think we
Here's what we're gonna
And,
do
um,
is we're
I
gonna figure
reported
this
to
out.
the
I'm gonna
vehicle.
reset this for a week. Okay, I'm gonna reset this. And there's a lot of gaps that aren't being filled out.
As well.
Ms. Vaughn, you
The last time I checked,
try
it
to
has been died.
give us information that is helpful or not, but you're acting like you don't even know anything about yourself. And we'll figure it out.
I
But
do
it's
know
gonna
about
take a
this.
while.
I
And you
reported the
can't help
victims of
but,
the
you can't help but
vehicle.
interrupt people, can you? That's even rude. We learned that first grade.
We'll see you back in 1 week.
Thank
Okay.
you. All right, did you have anything